Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. My name is Isa, the morning star, the stone that slays Goliath. Welcome. Today's topic is two-faced. Before we start, I'd like to remind my people about the Holocaust. The Holocaust. Murder, rape, genocide, torture, torment, oppression, misery. Brothers and sisters, this is our true experience. But they whitewash it and call it slavery. Which slavery is not a good definition or expression of our true experience, because it leaves out our affliction that we suffered. It leaves out all the things that I just named, which is 99% of our experience. These devils fail to mention. They leave it out completely. They only cover slavery, which is 1% of our experience, which is the economic side. Maximum profit, minimum overhead, meaning they fully utilized us for their own benefit of gaining maximum profits, leaving you with the bare minimum, leaving you with scraps, giving you just enough to survive, turning you into human garbage disposal, turning us into human garbage disposals, feeding us garbage that they would toss out, feeding us shit from the hog, shitlings, feeding you pig shit as a form of payment for building their paradise and making them wealthy. So if you believe what they tell you, then you believe that your experience was only slavery. You believe that you were just a slave. No good, sinful, wicked, evil. Given a second chance at life by the hands of these devils, these Caucasians. The ones who brought you here in this corporation, this system that incorporates owning black, no good, worthless slaves. See? That's what you would believe. That you were expected to work tirelessly, enduring exhausting labor and being restricted freedom. And now you feel better because you think that they did a good job. Your ancestors will be proud of you because you're so-called free, but you're still here in the land of your oppression. You're still being tormented and tortured. You see? You might not have went through all the things that they put your ancestors through, but you're still going through a modern day version of what they went through. It's just in a different form because we've moved forward in time, brothers and sisters. See? Our ancestors wanted to be free from the land of their oppression. They wanted to get out of here, not stay here. See, but you let them tell you that you believe that it was okay to stay here. It's okay because now you're so-called free. So you don't believe that you're still enslaved, being held as property of the United States of America. You don't believe you're still being held and captured. You don't believe that there's nothing wrong with it. Mating with these people who destroyed, who mutilated, who experimented, sodomized, castrated, burnt us alive, killed us alive, gutted us. You don't see anything wrong with it because they whitewashed your experience. They dumbed down your experience. They made you believe that it's okay. It made you believe it's okay because it's part of our programming. They programmed us, brothers and sisters. They programmed us. It's part of your programming. So you don't realize that you're still a prisoner. You don't realize that these people still hate you. You don't realize that you have an Abrahamic covenant, which is your true vision. You don't realize that you're pushing a vision that's against you, called the American dream. It's totally against you. It's destroying you. And the end vision doesn't include you. So you're in a reality that was designed by devils, made for devils. And you're not having any success in it because it's not designed for the way you think. So you're going against yourself because we don't think like they think. They're technical. We're spatial people. We don't think like they think, brothers and sisters. So we're struggling. This is their reality. So they're thriving. They have the upper hand. The advantage is catered to the way they think. So we had to strain ourselves to even participate in their reality. And then not to mention, two natures can't coexist in the same environment. So they're overpowering us. They're oppressing us. So they're controlling the quality of your life. They're manipulating you. Not to mention, they have their demon children, which is a product from raping a black woman during the Holocaust. These demons, half devil, half man. They look like me and you, wolves in sheep clothing. These are the people in our community that's making us misuse our energy. They're manipulating you to push the American dream, to love massa, to love this reality, to stay within the programming, to keep you powerless, to keep you disconnected from reality, to make you believe in things that don't have any logic sense. Keeping you locked up in this reality because this is their reality. So they would not tell you your reality. So when you go to church, they're not going to tell you what the Bible means. They're not going to tell you that it's future tense. They're going to tell you that we're living out the Bible. They're going to tell you it's past tense. They're going to tell you that it doesn't have anything to do with you. So you don't connect yourself with the verses. So you don't connect yourself with the people that was slaved and afflicted. So you don't connect yourself with that we're getting out of here. So you don't connect yourself with the truth. That way you can dispute it. You see? So you can accept what the enemy tells you. So you continue pushing his vision, which is a vision against you. So that leaves you visionless because you're pushing a vision that's not yours. So it said the people without a vision will perish because he know that you will perish. That's the goal, to get rid of you, take you out of existence, take you out of existence. It's never changed. That's the goal, and it always will be. And they're about to get much closer to that goal. And the reason behind it is because there's an event that's about to take place in the Middle East that's going to cause it to jump off sooner. It's going to cause them to attack you much sooner. You see? It's that war with false Israel and Iran. When they lose that war, when false Israel lose that war, that's going to... That's it. That's it for this reality. The world is structured around the world is structured around the idea that these people are the true seed of Abraham. But me and you are, brothers and sisters. So what happens when they don't win the war? What happens when they lose? It's not supposed to happen. It's an abomination. Something that's not supposed to happen. According to scripture, that's not supposed to happen, brothers and sisters. It says it. Once God put the chosen people in their land, they're not to be uprooted or removed. So if that happens, in fact, that means that they're not who they claim to be. They're not who they claim to be. So that's a problem. That means that someone is now. And it's us. So imagine that. Bless those who are blessed, and curse those who are blessed. So you know what time it is. You know what they got to do now, right? They've done nothing but curse us for nearly 500 years. God's chosen people. You know what's going to happen to you, right? What would you do? You were faced with death. You had one more opportunity to look your opponent or take your opponent out. You got one more opportunity to do one more thing before you're dead. And the people who's going to cause your death is right in front of you. What you going to do? You're free to go. You're free to do as you please. You see? What would you do? Just die? You just gonna roll over and die? Knowing that you've been killing these people and they've done nothing to you, but now you find out that they're in control of your judgment, they're in control of your death. What are you gonna do? I'm sure you can answer that question, brothers and sisters, and that's gonna it's gonna tell you what you need to know. And that's the importance of giving you this information. This is importance of telling you this because everything is centered around the Holocaust. Everything is centered around your experience. What happened here, what they did to us, the cost of horror. They're paying the cost of what they did to us. They're an evaluation for what they did to us. Their reality is crumbling right in front of your face. Everything's failing here. There's evidence of this reality crumbling from all ends, all around you, and it's coming to an end due to what they did to us. Due to what they did to us, brothers and sisters, it's coming to an end. America's done. Any day now, America's going to be at war with false Israel. And they're going to be kicked out of the Middle East, leaving false Israel isolated, leaving them to be destroyed. You know what the scriptures say, when you see Jerusalem surrounded by armies, know that the destruction is near. Who runs Jerusalem? False Israel. Enough said. That war take place, it's going to shock the planet, send everyone in shock. No one's ever going to believe that the God's so-called chosen people, everybody was rooting for them because their reality is structured around that idea. People are going to go insane. You know what that means for you? You need to be getting the hell out of here because you are in danger. Brothers and sisters, your lives are in danger. And we're preparing to leave. We're preparing to go home. We're preparing to get out of here, which is what your ancestors would want. For you to get out of America, not to stay here and be destroyed, not to stay here and suffer the consequences of your enemies for what they did to you. For you to separate, complete separation, get away from them, go home. It's time to go home. It's time to receive your reward. It's time for you to get your mind back. It's time for you to separate from the enemy, get back everything they took from you. It's time to avenge your ancestors and avenge your women. It's time to stand up. It's time to get up. It's time to go. It's wartime. So brothers and sisters, this is what they did to us. This is what they don't want to tell you about. The Holocaust. They don't want to tell you these things. They're trying to hide it, trying to sweep it under the rug, trying to scoop it underneath anything that can hide what they did to you. Because they don't want to be held responsible. They're trying to be exempt from what they did to you. They're trying to get away with consequence, but it's impossible. No one in the history has ever gotten away with consequence, brothers and sisters. So they're trying to get rid of the evidence, but no matter, even if they get rid of the evidence, they're guilty as charged. It'll come in another form. Even if they get rid of you, they're still going to be guilty. They're still going to be charged. They're still going to have to do the time. They're still going to be, they're still going to receive the consequence behind their actions. You can't get away with consequence. It's impossible. So this is our true experience, brothers and sisters. The Holocaust. All right, we're going to get started. Today's topic is two-faced. And we're going to be in the 7 churches, the book of Revelations. As I remind you, these 7 churches aren't actual churches like they want you to believe, brothers and sisters. They want you to believe that that the Bible was speaking about 7 actual churches. You see, that's part of their tactic to throw you off, sidetrack you, mislead you, do what they always done, keep you blind. You see, these 7 churches are nations. So here they are. Quick reminder. These are the European nations. The top part is the Islamic part, meaning the original on the fraternal side. So you have Pergamum and Smyrna, which is Syria and Iran. And you have below them, which are all devils, meaning they're not original. You have Philadelphia, Thyatira, Ephesus, which is America, false Israel, in Britain. And below them, you have Sardis, Laodicea, which is Eastern Europe, which is Russia. And you have Western Europe, which is EU, European Union. So those are your 7 churches, brothers and sisters. We're bringing these things into reality. These things were written under a veil, and they've been revealed. So we're going to get into it. Today's topic is two-faced, and we're going to focus on Sardis. And if you remember, we explained last time that 4 of these nations had nations within a nation, which is Philadelphia, Ephesus, Sardis, and Laodicea. So inside Sardis is the Oriental nations. So that's who's being spoken to, brothers and sisters. The Oriental nations, which is China, Korea, Japan, Vietnam, Mongolia. So here you have it. The Oriental nations, which is death. They're called death in the scriptures. They're referred to as death because they're going to be put to death. This nation is going to be put to death because they're not considered human, because they have an extra DNA mutation. That doesn't qualify them as being human, so they have to be eliminated. They're called mongoloids, retards, Down syndrome, those type of things. They're the ones who carry that gene, so they have to be destroyed. That's why they call death. So they can't come to the hereafter, even because the top part of each nation. The top part of each nation is the golden part, which is the Islamic part, which is the original part. But they can't even come because they have that mutation. They have that defect. So we can't have that at the promised land. So they're called death. They have to be eliminated. But they're dangerous. So America better look out, because they're coming. Death's coming for America. They're not playing with America. Okay, so quick reminder, brothers and sisters, how you know who's saying what to who, who's talking to who. So you remember that the top part is the ear, which Suleiman is talking to them. So when you see ear, it's Suleiman talking. And then you have the hands, which is the works, which is Master Farad Muhammad's talking. That's when he's talking to that section. Then you have the butt in the bottom position, which is Obama. This is Obama. He's in the butt position at the bottom, talking to those at the bottom. So that's how you identify that. So when you see those things, ear, hand, butt, that's how you know who's talking and who he's talking to. You see? That's how you know, right. That's how you know who's saying what to who. And that's how you know who he's talking to. Okay. So here we go. Like I said, this is Eastern Europe, Russia, and within that nation you have the Oriental nations. And the reason why they're inside that nation is because at that time, you have to remember the Caucasian people, the Europeans had dominated and had control over all the nations. They no longer have control over all the nations but one, which is the true seed of Abraham. America still has us, the original nation. So we're the last ones under their thumb. Everyone has broke free. Everyone else is free. So, but they were under the control of Russia, under the control of communism, which is a political and economic theory of social organization, which advocates that the means of production and distribution and exchange should be owned or regulated by the community as a whole. See, so that all property is publicly owned and each person works and is paid accordingly to their ability and needs, which is basically Marxism, if you know what that is, brothers and sisters. So, like I said, they're no longer under that. But still, this is how this book works. This is how the seven churches work. They're speaking to that nation within that nation that used to be under their authority, used to be under the control of Russia. So we're going to focus on the but today, which is Obama, Barack Obama. So you have him speaking to the but, which is the bottom half. This is what he's saying to them. He's saying, into the angel. We know that, and we know that angel represents the African nations. And it says, to the angel of the in Sardis, inside Sardis, saying the Asian nation, the Oriental nations. So, to Obama in Sardis, inside the authority of them, that nation in them, the Oriental nations of the Ecclesias, writes the but, which is Obama. The things is saying the one having the seven spirits of the God and the seven stars. So this is what Obama is saying to the Oriental nations. This is what he's saying to them. He's telling them that he is the one having the seven spirits of the God and the seven stars. Now to you, these things wouldn't mean anything to you if you read them. You wouldn't understand them. You couldn't understand these things without having the Injil key, without having the formation of the Injil key. These things that's directing you and telling you what these things mean. It's telling you what these symbols mean, what these parables mean. So to you read this, it means nothing. You just seven spirits, seven stars. You think seven's a good number. You see? These things mean, everything in here means something, brothers and sisters. So let's take a deeper look at it. Using the Injil key. Okay. So you have Obama saying that he is the one with the seven spirits of the God and the seven stars. See, he's telling the truth, then he's lying. Two-faced. telling you something that's true, then lying to you. See? Deceiving you. He's kind artist. He's conning his enemy. But he's befriending them, making them believe that he has great intentions, but he intends to inflict injury on them. Obama's, in the eye of the public, he's a swell guy, but they're going to find out he's not. So you have him here saying, the one having 7 spirits of the God and the 7 stars. You see where the stars is? That's the thing he is telling the truth about. According to the Injil, you see, he does have possession of the 7 stars. See? Which he's the Lord of that nation, which is the African nations. He does have that. He has possession of that. But you see to your left, that's the 7 spirits of the God right there. Which Master Fard Muhammad, who you see in the middle of that nation, is the Lord of that nation. You see? He's the Lord of that nation. Obama's never the Lord of that nation. So that's a lie. He's lying about saying that he's the one having the 7 spirits of the God, because we know that it's Master Fard Muhammad. So he's claiming to be Master Fard Muhammad. He's claiming to be the God, which he's not. But he wants to be. So he's claiming titles that are not true, because that's what he wants. That's his MO. That's what he's trying to convince. That's what he wants. That's what he's putting in place. That's what he's gunning for, to be Master Fard Muhammad, to take Master Fard Muhammad out, take him out of his position, because he wants to be in that position. He's not in agreement with the will of Allah. He's against our God of our time. He's against our God. He's against the Almighty God of our time, which is the will of Allah, for him to be there in that place. But he wants to take that place. He wants to be the Lord of the original nation. He wants to be the God. He wants to be the big man, instead of just being the Lord of the African nations. You see? Instead of being the Lord of that nation, running Africa, being in Africa. You see? He wanna be the big man. He want possession of the entire planet. He want to run the whole thing. He want to be on the throne of power. He want to run the show. Instead of being in the 3rd position, he want to be first. He don't want to be under anyone. He wants to be the man. You see? So it's clear here that he doesn't have possession of the 7 spirits of the God. 7 spirits of the God mean that you're a God. He's not the God. He's an angel. See? That's another thing. So it's another reason he can't be the 7 spirits of the God, because he's an angel. So angels are Levites. He's a Levite. He's not the tribe of Shabazz. He's not the true seed of Abraham. He's not the original nation. He's a Levite. He's from the priest tribe, the tribe of Levi. You see? So he has the 7 stars, but he's not satisfied with the 7 stars. He want to be the 7 spirits of the God. He want to be the God. So it's not going to happen. So he's against. Obama's against. He's against us. He's against the will of Allah. He's against our covenant. He's against everything that we stand for. He's a threat to us. You don't know it, but you see him convincing. Like I explained, he's talking to the to the Oriental nations. here you have him talking to the Oriental nations. Now at the bottom, he's talking to the Oriental nations because he plans on, he's allied with them, and he's coming to America to attack America. So when China and India invade America, he's going to be alongside. See, catching America and all those people who loved him by surprise. Surprise. I'm Obama, the person you loved. And they think he coming to save me. He coming to take them out. They in for a rude awakening. They don't know anything about this man. And he has his heart set on the throne. He wants to be right there. The Lord of the seven spirits of the God. He wants to be the God. He wants to run the original nation. He wants to run the kingdom. He wants to have the throne of power. That's what his intentions is. He's coming. He's allied with our enemies. He's allied with our enemies to take out the people who have us captured, take them out, to take out the other people, take out the people who he allied with. Two-Face. Hey, this man's a trip. And then he's coming for that position. He's coming for that throne. He's coming to be the God. He's coming to take out our God. He's coming to take out our God. I mean, we're going to have to go to battle with this man because he's not going to stop until he get what he wants. So he put his life on the line to get the throne of power. He wants to be in that position. He wants that throne. He don't want to settle for anything less. He's not going to settle for anything less. That's what the scriptures tell us. Scripture tells us that he's not. He's not going to stop at any cost. He's not going to give up. He's coming for that position. So, brothers and sisters, don't be fooled by this man. Don't believe anything he's saying because he's lying for the benefit of himself, because he's making plans. He has a plot to gun for that spot. He's taking out everybody in the way. He's taking out everybody. He's using everybody to take out enemies. Then he's going to take them out. Then he's coming for that spot. He's slick. He's befriending people and betraying them. He's doing what he has to do to get what he wants. He's focused, driven, not going to give up. So, that's who he is. That's Obama. The one lying about things that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. You see, you always have their story, then you have our lives. You see, they have a plan, then Allah have a plan. Allah is the best of planners, and his plan's not going to prevail. But that's not going to stop him from trying. It's not going to stop him from trying. See, because if you just think, that's how they want you to believe. That's how they want you to think prophecy works. Oh, this is what prophecy says. Prophecy says that on this day that the Lord is going to come and he's going to kill everybody. You see? That's how the Lord said that they will return to this place and they're never going to be uprooted again. You see? Said that they will be judged and these people are going to be murdered and killed and raped just like they did us. People just think things are just because it's written is going to happen. It says this is going to happen. These things are going to happen. That's what they tell you. These things are going to happen. But things just don't happen because that's what it said. Oh, scripture says it's going to happen. Things had to be made happen. People have to make things happen. Things don't happen unless you make it happen. So that means somebody's making them happen. You're making these things happen. It means you're involved. You're a part of it. You're part of These things being made happen. You see? Someone's the force behind these things. Making these events happen. Things don't just happen because that's what it said happen. Somebody had to make them happen. That's how our reality works. It's consequence. It's mathematics. Which is pressure. Which is force. Pressure and force, the same thing. Pressure is just force spread out. That's our reality. Energy. You have to make things happen. Every action equals reaction. Every action has an opposite equal reaction. That's our reality. You reap what you sow. What goes around comes around. So this is what's happening. Things have been made happen by individuals. You have to make things happen. So it says that we're going home, but no one's going to rescue you. You have to rescue yourself. You're going to be rescued if you put yourself in position to be rescued, but you're not going to be rescued by thinking you're going to sit there. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. You see, people think they're going to just wait around. That's the mindset that we was taught, to wait around. Put all your faith in a mystery God that's going to save you. But there's no mysteries. There's no mystery gods. He's actual human. He's going to deliver those who were prepared to go home. During a time before tribulations, He's going to deliver those right before the tribulations that are prepared to go home because they put themselves in a position to get out, to escape, to overcome this reality that's going to be crushed. This reality is going to be crushed. But you have to be prepared for that. You have to be prepared. You have to sacrifice this world's life to invest in your vision, which is getting out of here, which is going home. You have to sacrifice this world's life, sacrifice everything in it. Invest the energy you do have left at the end of the day, or however much you have. After you take care of your business, you got to take care of yourself, you got to take care of your family, you got to do all the things you got to do that's necessary. Then the energy you have left, you utilize it to invest in yourself. You don't invest it in Massa. You don't push it. You don't continue pushing his vision. You don't give him everything you got. You gotta invest in getting out of this reality, getting out of this world. See? If you have your faith in this reality, I'm here to tell you, this reality is going to be crushed, engulfed in flames, crushed, come to an end, never to be a nation again. So anything you invest in it, it's a waste of time. Anything you invest in this reality, it's a waste of time. What good is anything? What good is it to invest in anything? To invest in something that's going to burn, collapse, be destroyed. That means everything you invest in is going to be destroyed, including yourself. So it's best and wise to prepare and get out of here. To get out of here. Because this reality is over with. So no matter how much you invest or how much you got, anything times zero is still zero. That's what you're going to end up with. Nothing. Death. Your own death. You're going to suffer the same consequence as the enemy for what they did to us. It said what was done to us will be done to them. Not you, but if you decide to associate yourself as a body, as a branch, as a associate, as a friend, as a member of your enemies, then you will suffer the same consequence as the enemy. If you don't understand from the lack of knowledge, then you will be lost from the lack of knowledge, meaning destroyed, gone, out of existence, taken out. You see? That's what it said, that our people were lost. My people were lost from the lack of knowledge. The lack of knowledge of knowing about these things, knowing about your Abrahamic covenant, knowing about the covenant that was made for you, the black man and woman of America, for going through the Holocaust and being rewarded and not going through these things for nothing. You will be rewarded when you go home. Receive your reward going home to the best part of planet Earth, going home to Arabia to receive your reward and live in bliss. Or you be here, stay here for these short gains and be destroyed. That's what it says, brothers and sisters. So, brothers and sisters, any day now, your lives are going to change forever. Things will never be the same. It's all due to that war that's about to take place in the Middle East, brothers and sisters. Your life will never be the same. Never. Once they lose that war, once false Israel lose that war against Iran, your life will never be the same. Life as you know it would never be the same. America is going to be at war with their allies, Russia. They're going to be at war with their own demons, their devil children, their demon, half devil, half man children. They're Caucasians and black skin. They're going to be at war with their own children who look like me and you. They're going to be at war with us. It's going to be chaotic here. Famine. No oil. No heat. No oil prices and gas prices are going to surge. Things are going to be high. No food. Starving. Hungry. Cold. In the dead of winter. Everything's going to be shut down. Nothing's going to be moving. No one can afford oil. No one's going to have oil. Which is, this reality is it's an oil-based reality. You need oil. And they're not going to have any. Because when they lose that war, see, America's getting their oil from the Middle East. So once they lose that war, that's the enemies. So they're not going to be able to get any oil from them. Then they go to war with Russia. They're going to end up blaming the war on Russia. So now they can get oil from Russia. The last place they get oil from, it's not going to, by the time they go down there, by the time they go all the way there to go get it, come back, people eating each other. People eating babies. People doing whatever they do because it's reality. They're going to have the whole economy is going to crash. It's going to cause chaos instantly. People going to be in uproar. Social unrest. People acting wild. Demon plagues. These demons going to tear this place up. Once they find out Massa coming to kill them, they find out that they thought Massa was gone. They thought wrong. They're going to find out Massa's killing them too. Because they black. They look like me and you. Massa don't look at them as their own children. See, they're going to find out face to face. Massa don't give a damn about them. They find out that we don't give a damn about them either. So it's going to leave them in a position, a messed up position to be in. No one cares about you. We don't care about you, and neither your father. They're going to have to go to war with their father, which they won't win. But Obama didn't told them they would. You see, Obama, special guy there, huh? Telling the demons they can do these things that they can't do. They can't win a foot war. They can't win that war. They can't win a war of attrition. They can't do it. They're outnumbered. They can't win a one-on-one war with these people. They're going to be eliminated. See? Meanwhile, we're going to be prepared to go home, to get out of here. While America continues to suffer the consequence that's due to them for what they did to us, brothers and sisters. This is what they did to us. So everything that was done to us will be done to them. You understand? Everything. And everything that they did will be done to them. They have to remember, see, they did things to us and they did things, period. They did things in general. They was torturing and tormenting other places. So they're going to be tortured and tormented. You see, things are going to happen to them that they were doing to us and other people. They getting everything, all their deeds, all their crimes, everything that they've done to us and they've done in general. It's going to be worse than the Holocaust, the time of unprecedented trouble, a time worse than Holocaust. Worse than this, brothers and sisters, worse than our experience. Worse than this. You can't even imagine it. Something worse than this? Something worse than the Holocaust? It's unimaginable. It's unimaginable. So, brothers and sisters, I would be doing everything I could possible to invest in my vision, invest in getting my mind back, invest in understanding my reality is consequence, understanding who the God is, understanding who his messenger is, understanding who's the breaker of the seven seals, the high priest, understanding how your planet, understand how the universe works, understanding these things, having thorough knowledge of self, getting out of here, investing in myself. Applying the 5 mathematical pillars of Islam, which you can find on anywhere on YouTube. We have videos of how to apply these pillars for your protection, because you're going to need protection for what's coming. You're going to have to protect yourself, which is the ultimate protection. You're going to need that protection. It's going to protect you, build a shield around you, keep things from happening to you. Because we're headed to a time worse than this. And you're going to need that protection, brothers and sisters. Because you are in control of your reality. You're the creator of your condition. You're the one that's in control. Nothing can happen to you unless you allow it to happen. You see? You can control your reality. You're the one in control. You're the reason why things happen to you. So you'll be the one that has to get yourself out of this situation. No one's going to get you out of this situation but yourself. And you're the one that's going to put yourself in position to be delivered. You're going to put yourself in position to go to the promised land, to get to the hereafter, to get out of here. It's going to be you. You got to be the one to do it, brothers and sisters. No one's going to do anything for you. You have to do it yourself. No one's going to they motivate you, but no one's going to continue to motivate you. No one's going to continue to push you along. No one's going to tell you what to do. No one's going to make you do anything. Everything you do, you're going to have to do yourself. You see, because that's part of our programming, brothers and sisters. That's okay. But it's not okay. But I'm saying it's okay, brothers and sisters, because it's what they did to us. So I understand. But we have to understand that you won't make it out of this reality if you don't break these programmings, if you don't get out of that mindset, if you don't understand that you're programmed, if you don't understand that you have the enemy's mind, if you can't identify your enemies, then you are your enemy. If you can't understand that massa, these devils are your enemy, and their demon children that look like me and you are our enemies, and everyone around you that's not you is your enemy, you're in trouble. Because anyone that's not with you going home, with you getting back on the throne of power, with you being, with you getting everything back that was taken from you, that you are the true seed of Abraham, that you are the chosen people, that you are the creator of everything. Anyone that's against you is against Allah, in the will of Allah. You see? So anyone that's not telling you, hey, you about to be attacked when that war kick off in the Middle East, the imminent war with Iran and fought Israel, when they lose, they come to kill you. So see, anyone not telling you that, anyone not telling you that is just not prepared. See, because our people, they don't mean bad. They don't have bad intentions. They mean well, but they go the wrong way. So you end up, in a bad situation due to someone with good intentions going the wrong way. Due to the lack of knowledge, you end up destroyed. Because it's called self-destruct mode. You're in the self-destruct mode. You're taking advice from someone going the wrong way, so you start going the wrong way with them. And y'all end up in a dead end with your death written on it. So that's what's going to happen. And we have to be able to identify what's the right way, what's the wrong way, what's this, what's that, who said this, who said that. See, you have to do your research. You have to make things have to make sense. You have to ask questions. You have to do your own research, brothers and sisters. You have to add things up. You have to see which one sounds better and which one can we prove. So that's how you get it done. You ask a person, okay, I hear you. Can you prove it? Hit them with that. Can you prove it? Sometimes that scares them away right away. Because they can't. They vanish. You get away from people like that that don't want to talk to you. Don't ask no questions. Don't question God. Don't do this. Don't do that. See, you get around people like that, they mean you know well. They mean you know good anyway. Because they were trying to persuade you. They were trying to connive you, trick you, mislead you, confuse you, destroy you. You see? So people who can't prove things and they're just talking, you should get away from them. People that's not telling you that you have a reward, you should get away from them. Anyone that's not trying to tell you that your ancestors would be upset, that they will rise up in judgment against you and call you a fool for wanting to stay here in the land of your imprisonment, you need to get away from them. Anyone that's trying to drag you down into this reality that's going to be destroyed, you need to get away from them. So brothers and sisters, time is now. We're getting out of here. We're going home. We're getting back what's ours. Everything they took from you, we're getting back what's ours. We're going home. We have our own home. Haven't been there in so long. What a relief. Never thought we had anything. But look at this. We have our own place. We never had anything. It felt like nobody cared about us. Felt like, right? Felt like God gave up on you, right? He didn't. They just told you he was a spook. So you was looking in the sky for something that don't exist. You was waiting for a heaven that don't exist. You waiting to go to hell that don't exist. But there is an almighty God by the name Master Farad Muhammad, who is here to guarantee your reward, here to make sure that you get what's due to you. But he can't take you to the promised land unless you're ready. He's only taking those in the Lamb's Book of Life. In the Lamb's Book of Life, there's only one Lamb, the breaker of the seven seals. You have to be in his book. So you have to prepare yourself and get ready to get in it. Put yourself in position to be in his book, because you can't get in there unless you're in that book. So with that said, brothers and sisters, I'm going to bring this to a close. Thank you for listening to me today. Assalamu alaikum.